Hey everyone, my name is Alexis Wahlstrom, and today I'm going to be discussing initiatives and referendums in the state of Arizona. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here so that everyone can see the PowerPoint that I have set up to go along with this. So, initiatives and referendums refer to the process that allows citizens of states to vote on particular legislature. So, what's an initiative? This is when the people propose laws or amends to the Arizona Constitution. The initiative process allows citizens to propose a new statute or constitutional amendment. So the individual can go ahead and decide that they want to propose a law or amendment to the already made Constitution. They would then go about collecting signatures for this to be passed and hopefully be brought to a ballot so more citizens can vote on it. What's a referendum? The referendum process allows citizens to refer a law that has passed by legislature. So, unlike the initiative, the referendum is passed by legislature first and then sent out to the citizens on the ballot to decide if they would like to uphold or repeal this law. In simple terms, a referendum is a direct vote by the voters on a proposal, law, or political issue. So, how are these created? An initiative is created when the voter can propose legislation in the form of a petition. This would lead them to enact, amend, or repeal a city charter, a code provision, a law, or any additional amendments that they feel would be appropriate at the time. From here, they're required to get a 10% of voter signatures to be obtained for it to go forward to go onto the ballot. So to get the initiative going, there are several steps that you have to take to get there. First being, they need to form a political committee through the Arizona Secretary of State's online system. They also, if there is an existing committee that is not political that would like to sponsor the petition that is not candidate based, they can also go about that route. Then they're going to file an application and be given a serial number by the Arizona Secretary of State's office. And all of this information can be found on the Arizona State website as well for the whole process of making the initiative. Step 3, you're going to acquire the appropriate initiative petition form on the Arizona Secretary of State's office again. Ensure that any paid or out-of-state circulators have registered with the Arizona Secretary of State. Then you're going to circulate your petition to obtain signatures from eligible voters. This can be done door to door, word of mouth, or any way that you feel is appropriate to get your petition out there so that people are seeing it and can hear what you have to say. Then you're going to submit and circulate your petition to the Arizona Secretary of State's office by a particular deadline. The Secretary of State's office or county records will then process these petitions to determine whether enough signatures were gathered to place them onto the ballot. A referendum is created when an individual or organization wishing to refer a measure to a ballot must submit an application for a serial number for their intent to circulate a statewide referendum petition. The Arizona Secretary of State's office will complete the remainder of the form and issue a unique serial number to be printed on the front and back of each petition sheet. The Secretary of State's office will also provide instruction regarding proper completion of referendums forms. At the time of submission and you're getting your serial number, you must include accompanying title and text for the measure to be referred. A minimum number of signatures is required for this measure of the ballot to equal 5% of the number of votes cast at the election. The deadline to file the referendum petition is no later than 90 days after submitted, or the adjourned of legislature session, which measure was passed. So, to break it down a little more, you're going to form a political committee through the Arizona Secretary of State online system and be prepared to designate a existing non-candidate political committee similar to that of the initiative. Then you will file for your serial number again with the state's office, and you're going to form out the appropriate referendum petition to the Arizona Secretary of State. So there we have a difference. Where we were just filling out a petition prior with our initiative, here we are just filling out a referendum petition. To ensure, again, you must make sure that any paid or out-of-state circulators have registered with the Arizona Secretary of State. You're going to circulate your petition and obtain signatures from eligible voters. Submit your circulated petitions to the Arizona Secretary of State's office by the deadline, again, similar to our initiatives, and the Secretary of State and applicable county recorders will process the petitions and determine whether or not. So as you can see here, I have some similarities and differences between initiatives and the referendum. While initiatives and referendums have similar goals of giving citizens the right to take a more active role in their democratic legislative process, they do have several differences in their origin and approach. Initiatives start with the individual person. A citizen can draft a proposal in the petition to add it to a ballot to vote on. In a referendum, they originate from the government. The legislature submits to the legislation for the people's approval. So the pros and cons of an initiative. Initiatives can demonstrate confidence, increase self-esteem, and show hard work of the citizens that they put into their political views in a way they feel they can support people. But on the other hand, if the individual cannot gain needed signatures for the initiative, it can not be taken to a vote and the process cannot move on. So even though the person's voice wants to be heard, if not enough people agree, then it cannot even move forward to be put for a vote for the majority of the people. The pros and cons of a referendum. With referendums, there's room for negotiation. Since they start in the government, they can collect information from the people, which can connect the needs of the people and reflect what the majority wants, making it easier to get a referendum passed and allowing for a voice of the people to be heard based off of what the legislature sees that people need. While there are pros to referendums, there are also cons. Referendums can allow campaigns for and against each side, which can cause a division into the process of creating a referendum. Just with any political measure, there's always going to be more than one side on each form of the bill. So you're going to have some people for and against, like with anything else. If a referendum is called, there should be a level of certainty that it's going to win because you do not want to cause a division and do not want it to affect the people in a negative way, or make sure that the information that's being passed is done in a truthful, honest manner. Direct democracy is a form of government or which the policies and laws are decided on by the majority of the eligible body. This means that the people have a chance to express their opinions and vote for what they feel is right and the best options for their state. Both initiatives and referendums allow the voters to give their own say on what they think will be the best for the new policies and laws to better the state. No process is without questions, but both of these policies allow the right to vote and the people to vote. The initiative process allows the citizens to bypass the state legislature to amend the constitutional amendments. So again, the initiative process starts with the person. It starts with a petition and an idea, and the people gain support. And if they gain enough support, it can be taken to the ballot. Referendums allow the voter to approve or repeal the acts of the legislature. That means that it starts in our legislature and it is given to the people to vote upon whether they feel it should be enacted or repealed. Both of these give the people the right to decide what they think is best for the people and best for their states. Here I have my references that I use to find this information. My name is Alexis Wahlstrom, and this is an overview of initiatives and referendums. Thank you so much.